So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, I was going to make a video about an hour ago, an hour and a half ago. And it was about the fact that before I get into the video, smash the like button, guys. Really smash the like button on this video because it's big news. But I was going to make a video about an hour and a half ago saying that Chris Eubank and Conor Benn is almost done. I'm glad I didn't make that video. And I'm glad I waited because now it's been made official that Chris Eubank and Conor Benn will be fighting on October the 8th, I believe. October the 8th or October 6th. I can't remember. Forgot the actual date. But yeah, they'll be fighting at a catchweight. It reported previously that it was going to be 156 pounds. I don't know what to make of this fight because I think it's a bit gimmicky. Steven has said this. I'm not that. Look, I'll watch it and it's a massive fight. It's a huge fight. It's a big fight for DAZN as well. I think it's a monster payday for both. But it's a bit of a fight where it's two guys that have never won a world title. And this fight is all about their fathers and the legacy and the fact that, you know, these guys have been in their dad's shadows and they really haven't got out of it yet. And people may say, well, oh, Conor Benn's doing well, he's improving. Yes, but he's not got out of his dad's shadow. What I mean is nobody thinks he's a better fighter than his dad at this point. And he hasn't achieved more either at this point. At the minute, you could say that the opportunities that they've got is because of the dads. Liam Smith hit the nail on the head the other day when he said that if you take away their father's legacy from it, it's a welterweight fighting a middleweight. And he criticized Chris Eubank. For me, Chris Eubank is a guy that had a lot of potential. But really, he's become a fighter now. He's been calling out Jake Paul. He's become a fighter who really is about a payday really now. It's okay fighting for a payday once you won a legitimate world title. He's not done that. Every fighter's goal is to win a legitimate world title. I know people say, well, world title belts don't pay bills, and I get all of that. But as a fighter, if you're a proper fighter, your main goal is when you become when you get into boxing is obviously make a lot of money, of course, but also to become a world champion, to have that title to say that I was a world champion. Chris Eubank cannot say that. He's never been a world champion. Neither has Conor Benn, but Conor Benn will pardon him because Conor Benn is a hot prospect. And this is what effectively Chris Eubank is facing. Chris Eubank is facing a hot prospect in the welterweight division. He's not fighting a world champion. Like, the thing is with Chris Eubank, this is a guy that was chasing the Amir Khan and Kell Brook fight. He was there at the Amir Khan-Kell Brook fight looking for the winner. And those were two washed up men. You know, and it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. And now he's fighting a welterweight. Now, Conor Benn is a free swing. He goes up to middleweight, loses to Chris Eubank, which people expect him to. People will say, oh, he dared to be great. He went and fought a middleweight, just like Amir Khan and Kell Brook did. Difference is Amir Khan and Kell Brook were at a higher level. They had been world champions. They were more proven. Whereas this guy Conor Benn hasn't really been proven at world level. A lot of the guys that he's been fighting were either past their best and even in their prime. The probably best fighter that he fought was Chris Algieri, and that was Chris Algieri in his prime. You know, that's the best name on his record in terms of accomplishments, because even Chris Van Herden's never been a world champion, a legitimate world champion. So the point I'm trying to make is this fight is a bit gimmicky. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be happening at a weight class. And for me, the winner is going to be Chris Eubank unless Chris Eubank doesn't do the weight properly. And what I mean is, if we know this fight's at a catchweight, the only way for me Chris Eubank loses this fight is if he's struggling. He basically struggles to make the weight. And he's not the same fighter and Conor Benn goes through him, because I don't see how Conor Benn, who's so much smaller, is going to hurt Chris Eubank. I just don't see how Conor Benn's going to outbox a much bigger, longer guy. And Conor Benn is a guy that likes to come forward and have a tear up and have a fight. So how's he going to beat Chris Eubank? I don't know. Because you'd like to think if he goes and has a tear up with Eubank, Eubank does him. Now, I am going to do a longer video. This video tomorrow, I'm going to do a longer video about this. But today, I just wanted to put this video out there to say that the fight's happening and let you guys know that this fight's on. What do you guys think of it? What are your guys' thoughts? But I also think that the problem is with Conor Benn is that Conor Benn's in a situation. He's in a difficult situation. And here's what I mean by that. Conor Benn, they need... Conor Benn's next fight had to be someone decent at welterweight because they were telling us a big fight. Now, fighting a Ugas, fighting a Stanionis, those guys aren't big names, but they're dangerous fights. And if Conor Benn loses to those guys, his value depreciates. If he loses to Chris Eubank, they can say, well, he was a middleweight. The only problem I have with jumping up weight classes is the fact that, just imagine if Chris Eubank damages Conor Benn and Conor Benn's never the same. Effectively, Kell Brook and Amir Khan, after making that big jump, they were never the same. They were finished after that. Now, is Chris Eubank as good as Canelo and Golovkin? No, but Conor Benn isn't as good as Amir or Kell either. So the point I'm trying to make is moving up such big, moving up weight classes is dangerous. Not just that, you can end your career, and Conor Benn's career is not. He's not that accomplished at this point. You know, and he had built momentum. Also, the other thing the people don't take into consideration, when you lose, right, your confidence goes down. So, for example, Kell Brook was an undefeated welterweight champion when he went up and fought Golovkin. He now got his eye socket broken. Not just that, he takes a loss. So psychologically, mentally, you know you've been broken. You've been beat. As Carl Froch said, something left Kell Brook that night because he was undefeated and now he got defeated. Psychologically, you've lost your role. That impacts some fighters. You know you can be beat. And you putting yourself in a position where there's a good chance of you getting beat. So for me, I think it's a dangerous fight for sure. I think it's a crazy fight. But I think it's a fight where Conor Benn has a lot. It's a big risk. No, I think for Conor Benn, it's low risk, high reward. For Chris Eubank, it's high reward because he's going to get paid a lot of money. But it's kind of low risk. He should win this fight. So that's my take on it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.